Hello and welcome back to another video. This video is an arc build, the first arc build I've done ever, I think. And yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. The following clips in the background, well, the clip right now in the background is going to be of a legend nightfall, I think. So enjoy that. You'll be able to see not, the insane, super cool, destroying tons of, like, baby dudes. Instead, you'll see, I mean, not exactly, like, not the hardest content ever, but hard enough so that the build will show how the build is, I guess. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy, and let's get straight into it. So let's get straight into the build. I am using the Striker Titan, Thunder Crash, Towering Barricade, Catapult Lift, Ballistic Slam, Pulse Grenade, Touch of Thunder, Knockout, Spark of Shock, Spark of Resistance, Spark of Ions, and Spark of Magnitude. Thunder Crash because, I mean, who uses Fist of Havoc in PvP these days? Towering Barricade because grants more cover, Catapult Lift, I mean these two are interchangeable. I use Ballistic Slam, you can use whatever you want here, I just like using Ballistic Slam because of the add clear aspect. Pulse Grenade because this build is focused around Pulse Grenades and Ionic Traces. Touch of Thunder because, well, it increases the effectiveness of the Pulse Grenade by making it create Ionic Traces periodically as it damages targets and increasing its damage over time, which is very good. Knockout, which makes it so critically wounding a target or breaking their shield, infuses your melee attacks with arc energy, increases your melee range and damage, which is very good. Spark of Shock, so your grenade jolts targets. Jolt is very nice right now. Spark of Resistance, so you gain a higher damage resistance while surrounded, very good. Spark of Ions makes it so that defeating a jolted target creates an Ionic Trace, so arc grenades jolt targets, you kill them, you get more Ionic Traces, so yeah, you just get a lot more. And then Spark of Magnitude, so the Pulse Grenade lasts longer, therefore does more damage and can give you more Ionic Traces. On my helmet, I have Heavy Ammo Finder and Special Ammo Finder because to increase the effectiveness of the build, your special weapon is extremely useful. On my gauntlets, I have Double Grenade Kickstart and Firepower to make Orbs of Power and get grenade energy back. On my chest, I have any resistance, anything is fine depending on what you're doing. On my legs, I've got Stacks on Stacks and Arc Surge and Innovation. Stacks on Stacks, you get another armor charge when picking up an Orb of Power. Arc Weapon Surge, your arc weapons do more damage when you pick up an Orb of Power and have armor charge. And Innovation, which reduces the grenade cooldown each time you pick up an Orb of Power. On my mark, I have Double Bomber and Distribution, which reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability near targets, and Bomber reduces your grenade cooldown when using your class ability. My weapons, I have a Nameless Midnight with Kinetic Tremors. Anything's fine as long as it's semi-long ranged, or anything's fine at all really. Now here, so I'm using the Delicate Tomb as my special weapon and exotic. Delicate Tomb makes it so that killing enemies with this fusion rifle has a chance to create an Ionic Trace, and against powerful foes and guardians it always generates Ionic Traces. Also, collecting an Ionic Trace overcharges this weapon, jolting targets on hit, and because you're basically getting Ionic Traces all the time, basically you'll be jolting enemies all the time with this, and then killing a big target and jolting them gives you Ionic Traces, and so on and so forth. The Catalyst makes it a lot more useful, where collecting Ionic Trace partially reloads the magazine from reserves. Therefore, if you've got this Catalyst, you basically never have to reload this gun, which is also why you want Special Ammo Finder, so you have the most ammo you can get. And I'm just using an Adept Hothead as my heavy because it's arc. And yeah, that's it for the build. So, artifact mods, there are actually no artifact mods that benefit arc builds, which definitely will happen next season, most likely, but right now it's only grenades, authorized mods grenades, and nothing else really. Maybe shadow orbs could be useful, origin hones, and counterweave, prismatic transfer, most of the non-specialized artifact perks, which don't exactly help like specific things, but help things in general and enhance them. So yeah, that's all the artifact mods. Okay, so basically the build works like this. You throw a grenade, you throw the pulse grenade, it will repeatedly generate ionic traces, which gives you another pulse grenade, and you just do that over and over again. The grenade kills will get you orbs of power. You pick up the orbs of power, get more grenade energy, throw another grenade, etc. Basically that over and over again. Plus the delicate tomb, which will get you more ionic traces on kills with it, or a chance to generate ionic traces on kills with it. So yeah, basically you just need to throw a grenade and get fusion rifle kills to get ionic traces to get your grenade back, and that's it. Since it jolts targets, focusing the enemy you first hit with the grenade with your attacks would be good, since it chains lightning damage to the surrounding enemies. And yeah, that's it. Not really. I guess most of my builds aren't very complicated, so yeah. On to strengths and weaknesses. So, let's start out with the strengths of the build. So, well, it's good at doing what it does. It's basically throwing a pulse grenade and repeatedly getting ionic traces back gives the grenade back, while also making it so that when you get a kill with the grenade or your rapid final blows with your arc weapon or kinetic weapon, whichever mod you chose for that, or none because there's special and heavy ammo finder. Well, depending on how you edited the build, or if you just went with the base form, you'll get grenades back fairly easily, especially when paired with the exotic fusion rifle, which grants you those ionic traces back. So yeah, it's good at what it does, and since the pulse grenades deal increased damage over time, it does deal quite a bit of damage to combatants. So yeah, I'd say it is a very, I wouldn't say the strongest build, but paired with the double pulse grenades and the strength and the, I guess, regeneration of those grenades, I'd say it is a pretty good build. I guess the only weaknesses are that, well, if you might run out of grenades. I mean, not really, since you can generate those ionic traces pretty easily. So I wouldn't say there's much weakness. Completely honest with that. I'd say maybe since the fusion rifle doesn't do that much damage, you might be a bit... You've got to be careful, I'd say. And yeah, since you have to be close ranged, I guess, it's kind of dangerous if you're using the fusion rifle in higher tier content. And then there's also the part where the fusion rifle won't, in extremely high content, the fusion rifle won't kill enemies as easily, so I guess you could alter it, maybe add a different exotic or something to combat the, I guess, that having, you know, the danger of it all. So yeah, I mean, I guess those are only the only strengths and weaknesses of the build. Well, that's the build complete. Yeah, again, thanks for watching, and yeah, not much else to say. Got a few more builds lined up. Hopefully I can get a strand build out, but I mean, there's not really much you can do after. I think I will build a strand build after the new strand aspects come out, since right now strand's a bit, it's just suspend. Just use any suspend build that anyone has and you'll be fine. It's very strong right now. But yeah, hope you had a good time and hope you enjoyed the video. I will play a clip of using this in the start of just a normal hero nightfall, so you can have a look at actually how strong it is against normal enemies, I guess. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, so by the way, this is in a Guardian Games Nightfall, so I have like super ability regeneration or something. This basically shows you the, I guess, strength of the build if it was extremely overpowered. Yeah.